I don't even want to film an intro for this. I want to get straight into making it. I can do it. I can do the intro. Hi, what's up? Taylor Swift wore this dress to the VMAs 2022. It was made by Oscar de la Renta for the pre-spring 2023 collection. Now, I know that the dress doesn't look like her one. I mean, I assume it doesn't. I haven't seen it yet. Do I think I'm a better designer than Oscar de la Renta? No, definitely not. Did I decide a year ago that I was gonna make this dress? Proceeded to buy all of the things for it without revisiting the photo of the dress a single time? It's that one. I did that. That is what I did. The only thing I remembered was it was sparkly. So I bought sparkles. That's the intro. Couldn't do it yesterday, don't know why, but we're here now. Proceed with the video. No, don't focus on that face. That's just a rabbit, it's not a people. Okay, let's do a very quick breakdown of the elements of the dress. I'm gonna try and make it quick. Oscar de la Renta very helpfully have about a 30-second video on their YouTube with shots of the dress being made. In essence, it is a super sheer base with an obscene amount of crystals draped onto it. Taylor's version has some changes made to it though. The original dress is just a lot more naked. There's less coverage on the bust and there is next to no coverage on the back. No wonder Taylor had a lining put in because the back of that dress is bonkers. And I'll be honest, I actually don't love the back of either of these dresses. So I'm going to change that up a bit. The original dress had some skin tone straps and those have been removed for Taylor's dress. I think that what they did there was transfer some of the weight of the dress from those straps to the waistband. I think her waistband looks slightly more reinforced, maybe. I don't know. This dress defies gravity. Those embellishments are so heavy and that fabric is so fine and it should not be able to hold all of that up, but it does. The chances of mine doing that, I don't know. Let's get real for a second. I didn't look this closely at the dress until 2 nights ago. And that is when I realized that the power mesh that I had purchased for this is not gonna cut it. So let's talk about materials. I headed out yesterday to find an alternative, and that is how I found out what bobbin net fabric is. This is an example of bobbin net. It looks exactly like tulle, except doesn't really stretch. It's the base fabric used for a lot of beaded. Couldn't decide if I was saying beading or beaded. It is the base fabric used for a lot of beaded embellishments, and there is none of it available in Australia. I found basically the closest thing that I could to a bobbin net. It is a skin tone tulle with a bit of stretch to it. I got some loose crystals. I got these rolls online. Unfortunately, adding to the weight of this one, the back of it is chain. These ones weigh 1 kilogram on their own, which is concerning. Embellishments. That's right, we're being sneaky. So I already learned that trying to individually sew them doesn't work. No matter how many you think you've sewn on, it still looks sparse. Where that leaves me is I kind of hate it. The embellishments are from Silk & Stitch, a supplier of dead stock bridal fabrics here in Melbourne. These come in a treasure trove box where you get embellishments at a huge discount, but you just don't get to choose which ones you get. It's an affordable way of doing it for me because I've brought 2 of these boxes and used them for my wedding dress, the embellished headpiece and armor that I made, and this project. So I'm gonna use those to fill in the bulk of the dress. I think it's gonna be really fun. Even if it doesn't look exactly like Taylor's dress, that wasn't really on the table anyway. It's haute couture and I'm me. I say haute couture. So the first thing we need to do is make the sheer base, but my dress form needs a little padding because this needs to be really well fitted. All right, not the most flattering camera angle, but necessary. We have Glad Wrap. We have a large roll of masking tape because I want to do this quickly. I saw a girlie do this on TikTok and I thought it was genius. Oh my God, I didn't even explain what I was doing. Ready for a night out on a town. On a town, not the town. Ugh. Starting to feel like I do this in all of my videos, like at least one body part gets wrapped in Glad Wrap and masking tape. So unfortunately I can't find the TikTok where I saw this, but I was just gonna pad the hips of the dress form and hope for the best, and this is way more accurate. Also, I left a bunch of times because I realized this needed to have a bit of strength to it, so I ended up using 4 different types of tape with no logic behind how I arranged them. I really just slapped it on there. Oh my God, don't cut the leggings. Freedom. Oh, that's so weird. Stands up on its own and everything. Oh my God, the booty area. Excuse me? Why doesn't she come with a bum? Look at that. Wow, I should have done this ages ago. All right, stuffing time. This is gonna be pretty haphazard. I have just all the offcuts from my projects and I'm gonna try and shove them up in between the gap between the mannequin and the padding layer, and I guess just tape it underneath so that it stays in. Probably stuffing tights could have worked as well, but we're here now. This feels really weird. I can't tell what this is supposed to look like. Oh my God, the faces I pull when I'm concentrating. Oh no, there's a hollow part in the hip here. This is really difficult. I found some thin white twill tape at an op shop, so I tried dyeing it to match my skin with tea. Looks like fettuccine and beef consomme. Ha! Let's try that. It smells amazing. Why don't I drink this? That actually looks pretty good. And that's how the twill tape turned out. It doesn't look that skin color, but that's what it looked like before. So very happy with that. Oh, heaven is a place on earth. I am sorry about the time jumps, but I'll tell you what, it is sunny today. It is 20 degrees. It is perfect weather today. I don't have to wear a jumper. Magic, it's so good. So here's the plan. I don't have draping tape, and I can't find anywhere in Australia that stocks it. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the twill tape that I'm gonna use to reinforce the dress. I don't know if I mentioned that. Did I mention that? Let's really quickly mention that. So I noticed on the dress in the Oscar de la Renta video that all of these parts, the edges of the dress, were reinforced. They had used a really fine gross Petersham ribbon. The one that they use in millinery. Petersham. Come on! Gross grain ribbon. Yes, I did it. So in the Oscar de la Renta video, I noticed that they used a gross grain. It is such a hard word to say. It looks like this, not like this one. This one is fake. I'm gonna use this as my stay tape rather than the gross grain ribbon. And I'm gonna use that all the way around the edges because that is what they did on the original dress. And that is going to help reinforce it rather than just stitching the fabric, which will be on curves, so would stretch out like crazy. That is the plan. We're going to start draping with this, drape the fabric onto the mannequin, which I actually don't think is something I've ever done. Excuse me? Where did the sun go? I was just saying how nice and sunny it is. So, fun, exciting. I'm really excited to make this, but also I just watched a video on TikTok of someone freeing an otter from a net because its otter partner came up and asked for help, and then he got it out of the net that was stuck to the dock and it was gonna die, but he saved it, and then they hugged and they were so happy, and then the little otter brought him a rock to say thank you. All right, let's get to draping. Also, this is how our mannequin is looking now that we've sorted it out. So yeah, she looks a little bit wonky and I'm not really sure how to fix it, but this is the best we've gotten so far. Let me tell you, I unpacked the stuffing in this so many times because I was looking at it and I was just like, that is not what I look like. Turns out, I took it to the mirror and checked, and I had completely missed the fact that I am wider than the mannequin is. It's weird because the measurements can be the same, but the proportions were not. And so I took all the stuffing out of the badonkadonk and put it into the hips, and now it looks like me. It makes much more sense now. So yeah, we learned something. Not the prettiest, but it's gonna work for this one, I think. So yeah, it's looking much, oh no, some stuffing fell out. Oh no, back up in there with ye. So where is my actual waist? I know you can't see it, but it's going well back here. Oh, maybe we could check around my neck. All right, that's pretty good. Oh dear, okay. Why is her neck so thick? This is probably the point where I should look at the reference image. Okay, yeah, it's time to check the reference image. That, but then it smooths out. Good, good, I'm glad I checked. All right, that's pretty good. I don't know, I think we just get straight into it now. I've never draped straight in a fabric, and I'll be honest, it's a bit of a drive to get to the place that I got this from. But I got 2 meters, that should be enough. I do think that it's smartest to double layer it because like, it's still a bit of stretch. So the first round is gonna be along the selvage, running downwards to hold that weight. And then I believe that the way that you do it is the next one should be like on the bias, and then we shouldn't get much stretch either way, hopefully. But I'm gonna have some lunch and then we're gonna do this. I don't know why I always tell you that. It's not important, you don't need to know, but it is lunchtime because I'm gonna make mistakes on this if I don't eat something. Oh, but I might come back sleepier. It's a risk we're gonna have to take. I had lunch. I would like a nap now. I probably should have worked out how long I wanted this. Oh, I need one of those wrist pin cushions. I think I really lucked out with the fabric I used for my first attempt at draping on a mannequin because this doesn't fray in the slightest. I didn't even need to worry about edge finishes or hemming, so it was quite forgiving. You can see the grid going downwards, and I'm trying really hard to keep it vertical everywhere, like where I do the darts and stuff, but it's really difficult. We cannot already be challenged at this point. Well, actually we can. It's all right, we'll have a coffee soon and that will help. Oh, that's funny. So video me was struggling. That's fair because the fabric is also not the easiest to work with and the pins come out of the holes. All right, we can straighten that up later. Don't worry about it. What is it? Do you want to go outside? Oh, hello. Hey. Oh, the other door's open, you know. You can go out the other door. Wait. Oh, bunny. Hey. Okay. Go on, outside. Go on. You don't want to go outside now. Because you booped your head and now you want a treat because you booped your head. You're doing this on purpose. There you go. Good boy. Don't worry, I've figured out that I need to open both doors at once for him. I've been watching some Brandon Sanderson writing advice videos on YouTube, even though I've never read his books. But I learned about open bracket, close bracket story writing, and so for a satisfying narrative, I need to tell you that it's my birthday soon. Okay, now how do I get it off? Because all the pins are gonna fall out if I move this, so I'm gonna have to sew it while it's on here as well. As in, my birthday is soon in the video. Editing me has already had my birthday. And funnily enough, even though the dress I'm making is absolutely a party dress, it's not suitable for my birthday party because I'm having a Jane Austen themed afternoon tea because I want to eat scones and tiny sandwiches and have Emma playing in the background. My shoulders already hurt. So after tacking the darts, seams, and the skirt to the waist tape, I positioned the zipper and tried to drape the top part of the dress, but as you see, I got stuck because I have designed myself into a corner. I need to put the zipper on, and I need to properly sew these seams so that I can trim them down. But also, I need to do that before I attach this top layer that I already pinned and sewed with tiny stitches into this. I might do my classic, I'm gonna eat something and see if that helped my brain power so I can figure that out. Hello. I've had some dinner and some chocolate, and I have decided that I am unpicking just the little bits that join those up. I want to leave those pieces of the twill tape on the mannequin. I don't want to ruin that. I worked hard at trying to get them to line up. So we're going to take the skirt off, sew it on the machine. I hope that is the right choice. Honestly, how is that so hard to figure out? Have I mentioned that I realized how cold I'm gonna be wearing this? This isn't clothes. Anyway, I'm gonna go try this on to make sure that it's sitting right. I mean, what is there to try on? It's spider webs. Now, I know it doesn't seem like I got a lot done today, but I did dye my hair. But I at least feel like we're getting somewhere with the method of this. Once we've sewn it all, we'll drape the top, and then once that's done, straight on to the fun stuff. Maybe this will be a quick project. I am so happy with how that's working. If I say at any point, this is going so much quicker than I thought it would, that means I've forgotten a step, okay? I forgot that I want to reinforce this by double layering it. Tell you what, I'm really sleepy today. I can feel that today is a 2 coffee day. I feel it in my bones, but mostly I feel it in my eyes. I sewed the zipper on the domestic because I haven't gotten around to getting an invisible zipper foot for the industrial yet. Then I top stitched over the edge of that to stop the tulle from catching in the zip. Almost lines up, like it pretty much lines up. That's not bad. For the darts and the side seams, I folded the seam allowance over to the side and top stitched it down close to the seam to flatten and secure it. Then I removed the tacking stitches and trimmed down the excess as close as I could. I know for sheer fabric you can do a French seam, but it's just not necessary with tulle and it would have been too bulky. For sure, the most delicate thing that I have ever worked on. These seams don't look the prettiest, but I think it's the most secure thing I can do. It's incredibly light. Now I'm gonna attempt to put a second layer on it, I guess. So I have the second layer on there going the opposite direction, so that makes it a little bit more visible on here. Even though I thought I cut over what I needed, I've kind of missed the mark here. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it by hand. I think I could do kind of just like a loopy sort of stitch. This will all get really well secured once the embellishments are on. I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm not gonna be a perfectionist. I'm being a perfectionist. Draping the second layer was even harder than the first because now I was worried about the tension being different between the layers, and it was also just a bit trickier because it was on the bias and the darts did not want to sit that way. Thomas gave me one of my birthday presents early, so we were testing it out. I don't know what this face is. Anyway, straight up blinded me. So I did do the aforementioned loopy stitch to secure the second layer of the skirt. I sewed it down into the seams of the first layer, and I think this worked pretty well, as long as you actually catch all the layers of the fabric in the stitches, which I did not always do. I did the same sort of loopy stitch to attach it at the zipper as well, and I also attached a hook and eye at the top. Okay, I have machine stitched all of this down. I'm gonna leave that hand tacking in because it's probably gonna get covered up anyway with some gems. I'm really happy with how that turned out, and the zip undoes and does up. Well, okay, well, hang on, can I? Yeah, there we go, look, haha. Real easy. So I have repinned this one here and I'm going to attach those back on and drape the front part now. This is really satisfying to do. I feel like I'm one of the couturiers in the video. I know I'm not. Apart from the fact that it's really uneven, this is a really fun way to make clothes. And my shoulder still hurts. I've done so many thumbs up in this video already, I'm sorry. Bye. I know you didn't ask for it, but I am having so much fun with draping that there's going to be a lot more of it on this channel going forward. I just wanted to warn you. It's probably not particularly interesting and I think I've been standing in the way of this, but I'm having a really fun time. And you can just make a dress. No wonder people on TikTok do this. You just get the mannequin, it needed my hips, that does help. Also, what is this posture? Hang on, you just mark where you want it to go on the mannequin and then you start sewing it on? Like, this is different to corsetry and stuff. You know what, for a lot of dresses, you do need a corset base. And then drape a whole ball gown with a bias. I don't know, I'm not even sure what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is I would like to do more draping in future. I might even make up my own design sometime. Draping the top was a lot more precise than the skirt and time consuming because I was trying to get the fabric really taut so it wouldn't have room to sag under the weight of the crystals. Spoiler, it still does. Oh, no, no. Unfortunately, I have sewn it to the neck and the chest. This is absolutely ridiculous that this is the base of a dress. I'm gonna go try this on and hope that it fits okay. Obviously, I'm not showing you that. The only thing is that this torso section, I think, needs to be a little bit shorter. It fits totally fine as it is, but just once it's got the weight of everything on it, it is gonna pull it downwards. And once it pulls it downwards, it's gonna get saggy and maybe a little too exposed in some areas. I've just pinned it up a little bit here, in the neck area, and then I am going to drape the second layer over the top of this, and then I think we're on to embellishments. Super fun. I'm having a great time. You can barely see it on the table. The base of the dress is finally ready to do embellishments. Oh, I'm so excited. I have once again gotten overexcited and forgot that I haven't filled this part in. Whoops, I guess I will do that. And then we're gonna get started. Although I am a little concerned now about how I'm gonna cover these up because I don't have that many crystals. I'm gonna trim this down and then we're getting started with the embellishments. This isn't actually all of them, I just don't have room on the table. Oh, this is the part where I start going, I have to make decisions and I'm not good with those. Don't get overwhelmed. Laying it out like this has kind of overwhelmed me. Also, these look nothing like this. They look nothing like this. Okay, we can do it. No need to panic. Okay, so hear me out. I think this is where we start to decide how much this is gonna be my version versus the Taylor Swift one. I quite like this. Like, this is insanely sparkly. We kind of cover up some of the zipper, but not all of it. Like, we accept that there's a zipper there. And then with this one, we can kind of just trail this shape off and then use this bit somewhere else. So before I actually start sewing anything in place, I do wanna have a vague idea of where this is going. So I'm going to pin a bunch on there and see if I'm happy with the overall design. And if I'm not, I guess I do a different project because this is the materials I bought. So this is what we have to do. It's all good. Stop panicking. Why are you panicking? We just have to cover up my bits the most. That's the most important thing. We have to cover up the bits. I'm gonna cut this one up into some sections and get some good bust coverage. Another thumbs up. Very good. I've left no room to work. I had to sit at the tiny amount of desk space I have on the industrial sewing machine. All right, this is what we've got once I've cut all of those up. And to be honest, none of them are the same. I thought that there'd be like some repeating patterns in there, but nope. So I don't know, I'm just gonna stick them on. I'm gonna start putting some bigger pieces on first that I wanna keep intact or at least partially intact, and then work my way down to smaller and smaller scales and fill in gaps that way. Okay, I'm having a moment of what was I thinking? How am I gonna cover all of this? Oh no. Maybe it should have been lined. I took off each embellishment in turn, carefully trimmed the bobbinette off along the edges and repinned them onto the mannequin. It's pretty slow and tedious work, but not as tedious as trying to find a video by that crafty little YouTuber that you watched one time and forgot to subscribe to. How was that for a segue? You'll be shocked to learn that I do not have a background in sales, so yes, this makes me deeply uncomfortable. But if you're enjoying the video, I'd really appreciate a like, and yeah, subscribe if you haven't. I have so much fun stuff planned, including Halloween. You don't want to miss that. Okay, bye, love you. Sorry to everyone who watches all my videos and has to hear this every time. Good morning. I have pinned on some of the larger sections, covered up some of the important bits. I have used all the pins that I actually like, that I own. I think I need to buy more pins because I don't like the ones with the big plastic tops on them. They're pretty thick and they like catch on it. I've had these pins for a very long time. What am I talking about? I'm gonna start sewing these onto the dress while it's on the mannequin. I don't really like sewing on the mannequin. Even though I romanticize it in my head, I was just like, that's how they do it, the dressmakers, and so I want to do it that way. I suck at it and I don't know what kind of needle they're using. I have these curved needles that are a full like 180 and I don't want that. I want like like a slight curve, so it goes in and outwards instead of straight. And I've kind of bent some of mine to do that. Talking about pins a lot for the first thing in the morning. I'm also not sold on this neck piece here because I think that these beads look a little bit darker than everything else we're working with. Come have a look, I'll show you. Now, obviously this is not what it's gonna look like at the end, but I just wanted to get some of the like most dense pieces down here. And you see how this kind of has just like a dirty kind of look to it when compared to, hello, yes, hi. Good morning, my gosh. He needs so much attention. Does he need to go for a walk? Okay, yeah, all right, let's go for a walk. Let me just finish here. Yeah. Hang on. So I'm not gonna sew this one on, but I'm gonna go around and sew all of these kind of on, and then I can secure them. Okay, I need to go. I'm sorry. Okay, we're going. Okay, so first of all, this is how long it actually takes to sew these stitches, and oh boy, is it boring. I mean, to watch, I had a great time, but it just takes a while. And here it is at 10,000 times speed, and here is me not realizing what a terrible idea it is to kneel on the floor while doing this. My legs were numb for hours afterwards. But yeah, that's basically it. I just sewed all along the edges of the embellishments at this stage, and later on I would go through and add why can't I say reinforcing? I would add reinforcing stitches throughout the embellishments to help distribute the weight so that there isn't a whole bunch of tension in just one point of the fabric. Good morning, and what a glorious morning it is as well. It's really sunny. I kind of can't be bothered getting up to show you. That is so much drool on my leg, thank you. It's a super sunny day. I've had some lovely peanut butter toast for breakfast, and I stabbed my eye with my makeup brush this morning. It hurts. This is where we're at after one day of sewing on embellishments. Not bad, come have a look. Alfred, excuse me. Here, how about I let you out? Oh my God, I put my hand in the drool, it's on my leg. That's some nice ambient noise of my neighbors doing some construction work, I think. All right, we've done all of the front section here, not this bit. That one is sewed on, and also not this one. So I'm not sold on the position of this one. I think that with the amount of space that we have here, we could put one of the bigger ones there. So I'm gonna have a play with that today. I'm gonna try it on just to get an idea of how much coverage we have. For obvious reasons, I'm not gonna show you that. And then let's get started putting more embellishments on. All right, for a bit of fun, let's see what we're working with. All right, so not too bad. 640 grams at the moment, keeping in mind that we have a kilo of chains to put on. So she's getting heavy. For the moment, I just need to increase the coverage on this. But speaking of the coverage, not bad. Obviously the back has no coverage whatsoever, but I actually got the locations of the other bits pretty good. It's not looking terrible. I'm feeling pretty hopeful about this. So let's head into probably another 4 days straight of sewing embellishments. Let's go. I only just figured out how tall my mannequin can actually go. Look, this would have helped me so much with my sewing positions yesterday, but we got there in the end. The piece that I just took off the booty because I was like, I don't know. Did I say chook? I did. Check it out. Ha ha ha. Problem solved. This does not look like Taylor Swift's one at all, but neither does the rest of the dress. So I'm gonna do a rare act of self-care, and I am going to take the easy route. Instead of sitting here for like an entire day and sewing individual ones on that actually might not go with the rest of this, we're gonna do the easy one. All of these massive crystals that I've got, I'm gonna pepper them throughout. And then that way, hopefully it all kind of comes together in the end and still looks a bit like the Taylor Swift one. And so began another day of trimming down and sewing on embellishments. I tend to think that projects like this will be really cool. Like I said, I've been planning on recreating this dress for a year, but it didn't occur to me how much of this video would need to be just like time lapses of me sewing on embellishments over and over again. So that's probably not super interesting content. I did get to rewatch the entirety of Superstore though while working on this, so that was nice. But then I was sad that Superstore was over, so I've just started rewatching it again. We have finished 2 days of sewing embellishments on. I don't think I talked to the camera at all, now that I think about it. Kind of just put it on time lapse and went for it. I gotta say, using big chunks of embellishments, also, I really think I should start printing out my reference images so that I can see them all the time, because I keep forgetting what this dress looks like. Clearly, I need to join these sections up a lot. We need to fill in some space between these bits, because on her dress, it's a lot more filled in here. I need to do the waistband line. The back's looking pretty good. Like, I actually really like this as the back of the dress. Don't know how I'm gonna sit down in it. It's a really fun project. I know that you can't see how much fun I'm having because mostly all you're seeing is me having terrible posture while repeatedly doing the same thing, but I'm having a great time. All the tape and glad wrap is really helping not sew into the dress form. I wasn't sure if that was actually a thing. It's a thing. Oh yeah, she's getting heavy. So rather than doing any of the things I just told you I was going to do, I decided to do the neck fastenings, which was some snaps and also a hook and eye to secure it doubly because I really don't want this to fall down. Yeah, you can't see. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. That's perfect, actually. That's super perfect. I feel like I'm making the prettiest thing I have ever made in the least aesthetic way possible. I've been sick for a lot of this video, so I'm doing my best. And I think I'm getting a cold now. I've had tummy problems this whole time, and now I think I'm getting a cold, so let's keep going. Can't wait to wear this out in winter. So with this project, I actually don't remember doing any of it now that I'm at the editing stage, but this part especially I don't remember. I just filmed myself cutting up an embellishment, but didn't include the dress at all in the shot. So, okay. I have pinned on some additional pieces we've got here and here. That bit there, so this kind of like connects downwards somewhat. So, sewing. Okay, but before that, I'm getting a cup of tea and just like zenning myself. Okay, now I'm ready. Let's go. It is time. I have probably could have gotten these ready. I have 30 yards of this. I have my reference image. See, I'm being a good YouTuber. Also, I have my little heater on in case you can hear it because my toes are so cold they hurt. Oh, okay. We just like loop it through the knot and now we can sew it on. Is this a good shot? Is this helpful? Can you see super clear? I feel like I'm just like nailing it this video. Doing real well. Super engaging. There's a bunch missing and it's all like kinked. Oh man, I hope that's not human hair. It looks like it is. Yeah, look, it's like, oh my God, this bit just broke. All right, I think that before we get too drippy with it, I want to put that waistline one on because otherwise it's gonna be quite hard with all those bits in the way. So we got this pretty thing. Oh, it's gonna make such a difference. And then we can also fill in some little gaps on the side here. Now I have to figure out how to sew this on through chain. Look at it. That's rough. It's a really nice change of pace, how few times I've stabbed myself this time. It's time for me to have a tub. I need to soak these shoulders because, wow, it's a bit of a workout or it's I have terrible posture. I just have terrible posture. Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. Don't worry, I have lots of energy. I don't have a hot water bottle because I have a sore tummy once again. This, here, this, yeah. Thomas's mum sent me some little house socks because my slippers are destroyed and I went to put them on last night and this bit went between my toes. Ugh, very upsetting. Ripped it off as quickly as I could and I went to turn it inside out to pull off the thread and they're ripped. So we're gonna fix that because, oh my God, I nearly fell off the chair. Socks and Berkeys. Yay! Whoops. Oh, I hit the table. Genuinely, when I saw the hole in these, I had a moment of like, oh no, I'm gonna have to throw them out. And then I was like, oh wait, no, I have a particular set of skills. Yes, warm toes. All right, let's get back to the dress. I'm really sorry. I don't know how to make this any more interesting. Like, it's just me sewing. This took longer to put on than I thought, and I'm having trouble keeping the antlers up. Well, I hope this was worth it for the joke, because I have to walk Alf soon. I can't get the black lipstick to come off. I'm very much thinking this wasn't worth it. Okay, I wasted a lot of sewing time with that bit, and I ruined my hair and makeup, and my skin feels disgusting. So let's get back to the dress and putting on all the chains that I probably should have already gotten done today. I was trying to show you here how I put the noodle, oh my God. Sorry. Okay, I was trying to show you here how I put the needle through the knot at the end of the string to create a loop to catch the end of the chain in, but of course the camera wasn't focusing on that, but you get the idea, right? Sorry, noodle, that really made me laugh. I also covered the waistband with the rest of that trim and started filling in some of the smaller gaps with individual crystals. Then it was just sewing all those chains on and for once really looking closely at that reference image to try to get the drape with these as similar to Taylor's dress as I could. Even though my chains are a lot smaller than hers, you know, because money. I am a little bit concerned about the too much jean happening here, and I'm very concerned about attempting to take this off the mannequin. I'm very worried about how heavy it is. Of course, no matter how much I put on, it's just not looking like Taylor Swift's one. But I feel like we're getting close to the vibe. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. Just gonna stop for tonight. And tomorrow we will start adding on all the little bits and probably more chains because I'm not very good at stopping myself. Good morning. Do you know, I feel like I had this up much higher last night and that maybe she has shrunk down quite a bit because of how heavy it is. First thing I'm gonna do today is try and get this off of the mannequin, and I'm gonna try it on, figure out how much negative space there is. So this is gonna be today's task, sewing all the, those are snaps, we don't need those. Sewing all of these fancy ones on, and I'm hoping that by adding these larger ones, this is gonna make it feel a little bit more like Taylor's dress. Can you grab the front bit like here and here? Get ready to lift.
Oh gosh, we're lifting?
We're lifting. Oh, that's hefty.
Yeah, I reckon that's at least
Can you put
5
your
kilos.
arm out like a butler? And I'm gonna drape this over your arm. I'm gonna get on the scales and then you hand me this and we see what the difference is.
It's heavy.
All right. She weighs 3 kilos. Tried it on, generally pretty good amount of coverage. I have some shorts that are pretty close to my skin color, so that's what I'm gonna wear underneath because I didn't line this because I wanted to be authentic and then remembered I'm putting it on the internet. I'm gonna get that neck chain on and get some little gems going. Let's do it, home stretch. Also, I am now really wishing that I had an event to wear this to. Suggestions for what this is appropriate for? Let me know. Good morning. It's my birthday and Thomas got me a hammock. Just wait for my neighbors to leave. I was saying how nice it would be in summer to have a hammock out here. And I'll tell you what, the weather today is... So anyway, I think I have decided to call it on the dress. I spent the entire day yesterday sewing crystals on and you cannot tell. I don't feel very professional right now. Hang on. That's better. What I thought would be fun to do today, I need some shoes to go with this dress. We need some silver strappy sandals. So far I've been to 7 op shops and have not found any that are a reasonable price and are in my size. What? $20. These ones are about a size too big. There is glue leaching off them and they are $15.80. Are you kidding? When did op shops get so expensive? Also, in 2 days' time, we are having my birthday party, which is a Jane Austen themed high tea, and I need to alter a jacket that I got for that for my costume. So I thought we could also do that today. This is the most comfy thing ever. I feel like I'm immediately on holidays. I don't even know what a Mai Tai is, but I want one. Look at that. That's a fresh croissant. Oh, coffee's really hot. I struggled to find reference images for the shoes that weren't super blurry when I zoomed in, but this is basically what we're looking for, and yes, I feel like a massive creep for making a collage of Taylor Swift's feet. Big old box of hair. Just a basket of clowns. Okay, that's a maybe. It's so uncomfortable. But they might be it. That might be the best I'm gonna do. I didn't get everything done that I planned on yesterday. Spent the afternoon in the hammock, to be honest. It started raining, so we've moved the hammock into the lounge room. I've got my incredibly overpriced secondhand shoes. What I've got is a couple of like random little charms. Just got some like stuff. Hang on, I'm just gonna grab that. My phone has frozen just on Taylor Swift's leg. Hang on, there's another price tag underneath. No. The original price tag from the op shop is $40 for synthetic uncomfortable heels. God, that makes me mad. Just put a little star on there. It's just gonna make them slightly more interesting, I guess. Ow. Props to Link for that joke, I appreciate it. I think you said it to me months ago. Oh, and hey look, another time lapse, what a treat. Honestly, really happy with them. Yay! Well, I guess that's all ready to go. But I do need to alter my jacket that I'm gonna be wearing to my birthday party tomorrow, assuming that this cold that has started, that I avoided for the entire week that Thomas was sick, isn't taking hold. Let's alter this jacket. I found this at an op shop and I thought it looked like the exact right color for Emma's jacket and I wanted to shorten it to more of a Spencer style, so I did. However, that night, I died, I'm dead. Birthday party tomorrow. Gonna feel better. Gonna take some nighttime cold and flu tablets. Except that I didn't feel better, so we couldn't have the party. So here's the costume from when I started to feel better, literally today. And with that, let's head into the reveal, which I was also sick for. I tried my best. home because we're both still sick. Okay, bye.